to the map for a quick overview of this hike. I like to view this hike as two separate hikes actually. Starting at the parking area, you're gonna hike to Hanakapi'ai Beach. You're gonna start off your 2-mile hike. It's gonna leave the parking lot at sea level. You're gonna gradually ascend to roughly about 700 feet. It's a pretty even mixture of up and down. You're going to hit that at about your midpoint, and then you're going to gradually descend from that point down to the beach. This is a great place to have lunch and enjoy yourself and kick back and relax, as this beach is not accessible by any other means other than hiking unless you got a boat. The second part of the hike is going to be up to the falls. And again, I like to think of this hike as about the same as the first part of the hike. It's about the same distance, and it also has the same amount of elevation gains that you do in the initial hike. You're going to gain roughly about just over 700 feet in your ascent to the falls. Now, again, I clocked this hike at about 4.6 miles. That's one direction. So overall, you're going to be just over 9 miles when you hike this. And that depends on where your parking spot is and where you go from. Okay, for some travel information on the Hanakapi'ai Falls hike. The trail itself I would rate as moderate, trending towards difficult, just depending on how much rain you've received. I would highly recommend checking the weather before you proceed on this trail, as it can make the stream crossings extremely difficult, if not impossible. As I said earlier, the beach is at the exact midpoint of this hike, so if you get yourself to the beach, you'll have one river crossing, and you can decide from there if you want to continue on up. It's going to be about the same hike to the falls as it was to the beach. However, in the hike to the falls, you will cross the river an additional 4 to 5 times. There is a guard or a ranger station as you enter the park, and if the trail is too bad, they will let you know that the trail is closed. Another important detail when hiking this trail is hiking is available by permit only, so you need to get online and secure your permit before you make it a trip to the park hoping to hike the trail. These permits sell out in about 30 seconds, so you'll have to get up pretty early in the morning to get one. However, a parking permit is not your only option. There is a shuttle. Those permits are much easier to obtain, and you would just ride the shuttle to the parking area and begin your hike. Okay, there is the option of the bus if you don't get a parking pass. Here's the start of the trail and the parking lot. A few warning signs: no drones or skateboards. Few distances. Walking through down the boardwalk past the taro fields. Okay, here we go. Hiking up this first part of the trail, you kind of get the feeling you're hiking up a dry waterfall. And this is probably more what I imagined is going on a mud-covered trail, some waterfalls. All right, here's our first view up the coastline. Alright, we're just about to the beach and there's this cool waterfall, water crossing here that we're coming to. Okay, we walked down to where the waterfall meets the ocean, and you can cross without taking your shoes off. It does get super slippery. You might fall and smack your head. So Liz popped her shoes off and she's just going to come through down here. Alright, let's go check out the cave. Looks like a good place to wait out the rainstorm, although it does look kind of wet in the cave as well. Here's your last stop for bathrooms. There are some pretty steep scrambles at the end where you're just going to be using your hands and climbing up the rocks. Looks like it's washed all the flowers down here. Super pretty. Got another little stream crossing here. Alright, so the trail is considerably there was a sign that said it's not groomed beyond that point, which makes sense. Going to the beach is where it's groomed at, but yeah, so you'll notice there's a lot more mud and rocks, and it's definitely more of a trail and a path. It's still super doable. Not too terrible. It has been raining a lot here. Coming past some of the bamboo areas. This is what all the fuss was about.